I saw the preview for this movie. I thought it was a Star Wars meets some other weird thing.
And a little bit of Lost in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end, it's like from Walt Disney Pictures, and I was like, what? I don't know. It's called John Carter. I'd love to hear what you thought of this movie. I'm confused. I'll be honest.
Well, it is sci-fi, and it does look like it's set out in the future, but we actually find out that it goes back to 1881. Oh. Our titular hero, John Carter, is kind of not a hero when we first meet him. He's on the run from the U.S. Army post-Civil War. The Apaches are after him. He hides out in this cave, and in this cave, he discovers this mystery man. In the very next scene, he's transported to, drum roll please, Mars. Okay. Only they don't call it Mars. The locals there call it Barsoom. And John Carter finds that he has these kind of Superman-like strengths on Mars. He can leap these sand dunes in a single bound, and he has some pretty strong upper body. He can pick up these big rocks and whip these chains around.
And he can breathe.
He can breathe. Yeah, on Mars, there's more oxygen than we've been led to believe all these years.
Who knew? All right.
Anyways, he falls in with these 15-foot tall, four-armed aliens called Tharks, Tharks. Okay. They're on the sidelines of a war that's going on, and quite frankly, I sense that John Carter would like to be on the sidelines too. What he really wants to do is get back to Earth. Right. Except that he's starting to fall for this Martian princess, and maybe he doesn't want to go back as much. He's got this Anyways, from a family perspective, Travis, I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. Yes, it's Disney, and yes, you might think it could be a perfect score, but this one didn't, and I knocked it down for a couple reasons. Number one, the outfits can be a bit skimpy. Okay. Apparently, it's hot on Mars. Now, they didn't go into much detail, but it's kind of like, wow, she wears just that, huh? And so, yes, a little skimpy. Mm-hmm. There's some weird Martian theology that it's not a deal breaker, but I think families need to know about. Right. And lastly, this is not a war movie from A to Z, but like Lord of the Rings, there are pretty extended battle sequences, not gory and bloody, but the body count is still fairly high. And put them all together, even though there's some great themes of nobility and self-sacrifice, there's also some of this. So a 3.5 out of 5, that's not a absolutely you gotta go, but it's certainly not a cautionary like, oh, please don't go. So it's in that, families need to kind of sort this one out a little bit more, I think, for themselves.